Are you afraid to trust yourself? Like, do you know you're allowed to actually trust yourself? I'll tell you a story about when I realized that I was actually treating my life like I wasn't allowed to be in charge of my own decisions. My son was 11 at the time, and I had had these yoga DVDs sitting in my cupboard, staring at me, trying to get my attention for about 2 years. And I'd been super curious. I even felt like yoga could be the answer to some of my health issues. But some well meaning person had told me I better be careful because yoga is the gateway to the occult. And if I'm not careful, I could get possessed by a demon. And my 11-year-old, when I told him that, he just kind of cocked his head sideways and said, "Mom, you can't get possessed by a demon sitting crisscross applesauce." And I was like, why does my 11-year-old understand this, but I don't? And so that was just one of many little epiphanies that I had on this journey for the past 5 years I've been on, learning to trust myself. And I'd like to say that that was like the end of it, that I never doubted myself again, but I can't really honestly say that. That's not how deconstructing and unlearning works. And so I had to really start to evaluate the things that I was afraid of, the things that I held myself back from, the curiosities that I didn't follow because someone had told me that either God wasn't happy with it or it wasn't what nice girls do or things like that. And when I started having these moments where things were happening in my life, my spiritual gifts were opening up, I was starting to see and understand things in different ways, I was starting to meet people that didn't fit inside my paradigm, and really just I had to run everything through my own filter, my own guidance to know what was safe. And I'm going to tell you, it was freaking scary. It was one of those feelings like I was in a little boat kind of sailing out to the edge of the map that was uncharted, where it's like there's dragons out here, and if you go too far you're going to fall off the edge of the map. I mean, I kept feeling like I was being guided towards these things that were really uncharted for me. And so I came up with a few little things, little questions that I would run my decisions through. And I'd love to share those questions with you so you don't have to navigate on your own as you're learning to discern what's true and right for you. And so many of us don't feel like we really fit into a particular spiritual community anymore, but we're still looking for that. And so first of all, learning to get really crystal clear on your own discernment, and then finding other people who it's safe to navigate in that way too. If you'd like more information about that, give me your email and I'll send you that checklist, and you can get started on making discerning decisions to trust yourself and your inner guidance today.